Hola amigos conquistadores constitucionales, bienvenidos de nuevo a este Moña Run del Mass Effect Andrómeda, que ya estamos aquí. Ya hemos hablado con otra persona más, con Candros. Creo que ya no nos queda nadie más por hablar en general, de los que son de importantes. Que hemos hablado con Candros. Es la oficina de la milicia, ya habíamos hablado aquí. Teníamos la misión secundaria de la mujer esta. Espera, hemos conseguido la misión secundaria, ¿no, verdad? ¿O sí? Ah, no recuerdo si hemos visto la misión secundaria. Que había una mujer que decía que habían detenido a su padre, perdón, a su marido sin, sin aprobar pruebas. Así que nos ponen que miremos qué equipos de asalto hay. Misiones completadas, no, tareas adicionales. Picando piedra operativa. Conoce el Nexus. Cometidos de Ilius. Nexus. Primer asesinato. Habla con el guardia de la prisión. Vale. Pero también quiere que miremos qué misiones hay de estas. Vamos a mirarlas. Son misiones de multijugador. Equipos de asalto. Se pueden enviar equipos de asalto a misiones de apoyo para la iniciativa de Andrómeda. Si tienen éxito, ganarán PX y Ryder obtendrá una recompensa. Si fracasan, solo ganarán una pequeña cantidad de PX y no de recompensa especial. Apex es el mejor equipo de asalto de élite del cúmulo y se ocupa de las misiones esenciales. Selecciona una misión y pulsa barra espaciadora para enviar a Apex. Tu progreso se guardará automáticamente antes de iniciar el multijugador. Entonces desempeñarás el papel de un agente Apex en un pequeño pelotón. Juega misiones Apex en multijugador con amigos con manmates y en público para ganar recompensas de equipo de asalto para Raider o bonificaciones adicionales. Misiones disponibles de los equipos de asalto, selecciona barra espaciadora para enviar un equipo. Stay con que dificulta la misión. En la descripción de cada misión, el tipo y la misma, la recompensa por completarla con éxito y los demás rasgos de propiedades. Vale. Estas son Apex y son de Apex y estas no. Tenemos motivos para creer que uno de nuestros infiltrados está filtrando información del enemigo. Atacan un centro de comunicaciones enemigo y proporcionamos un nombre. Rasgos de misión: grandes riesgos, grandes recompensas. La presencia alienígena. Ket. Recompensas 5 fondos de la misión. Recompensas de pionero, caja de créditos, caja de materiales de bronce. Ah, esta es más difícil. Esta es intermedia. No sé cómo funcionará. ¿Serán todas matchmaking público? Por ejemplo esto. Ah, no, estas simplemente las que no son de Apex, son simplemente de mandar gente. Y solo tenemos este de... Y tardas una hora en hacerlo y la puedes conseguir con el 70% de posibilidades. Vale, las que son de Apex son de este tipo. Puedes jugar de equipo multijugador. Vale. Me parece correcto. En hora y media de verdad se habrá completado. Vamos a hablar con el guardia de la prisión a ver qué nos dice. Misiones secundarias al rescate. Sargento Aker.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanting to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
¿Y cómo murió?
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Eso es muerte accidental, no asesinato.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Habrá que repasar las
I'll
pruebas.
check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Vamos a hablar con Kandros a ver qué pasa con las pruebas.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Sobre el caso de este asesinato que habéis tenido.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Joder.
So there was a trial and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
Una defensa bastante floja.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Parece bastante sólida la evidencia de que,
Bye, Kandros.
que lo mató.
Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Vamos a ver la grabación.
We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
A ver qué pasa con la grabación.
All non-relevant repair requests are...
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Vaya. Bastante evidente de que... Bastante condenatorio más que nada. Vamos a hablar con la testigo.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Try firing off sets 23B to 54C in the third quadrant. Did that work? Excellent. I'll move on to the next set. We'll get this place fixed eventually.
He hecho la vista desde de la galaxia.
Mello, you realize everyone can hear you, right?
Yes.
And you just don't care.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Docking clamps?
No, it isn't
Fully
what we
active
wanted,
and
but what
engaged.
choice do we have?
Docking hatch
How the
integrity?
hell should I know?
100% Nexus control.
Spender, you have a job.
And
If
we're
you
done.
want to keep it,
Hyperion
do it.
status, all clear.
God damn it.
Cassidy Shaw.
Hola, Cassidy.
I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
¿Había Kets?
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
¿Nickel se arrepintió?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
¿Tú estás de acuerdo con cuál de los...
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Vale, ya sabemos todo, gracias.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Así que no tenemos cadáveres. Es bastante raro en una... En una de juicio por asesinato no solamente hay cadáver. Ahora tendrá poder seguir hablando, que es el jefe. En lo que estaba en la...
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay. But you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
No. Solo dime dónde...
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the
Oh, hemos subido de nivel, qué guay. Haremos un poco...
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
¿Sabemos algo de ellas?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Sí, querría saber el primer asesinato que
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
¿Hay más arcas? DLC
Are there any
pregunta.
other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Viabilidad de un planeta.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Bien.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
Pobre Jean Garson.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership. When the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Pobrecito.
We came across alien technology on Habitat 7. It seemed to affect the weather. Your people know anything about that?
There have been reports. Failed scouting missions have mentioned advanced structures of unknown design. Whatever they are, they defy explanation. But with our resources stretched so tight, no one has had a chance to study them. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose these things turn people into food. All we know is the Cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
Oh, nos queda una pregunta por hacer.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time.
Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
Cuéntanos más sobre el salte de las miadas.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Joder. ¿No te gustan los
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
¿Por qué?
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
O sea, eras un contable.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Y nos falta preguntar por la iniciativa de Andromeda.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Gian Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Oh. ¿Por qué viniste?
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons. One for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them. The thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Vaya. No te gustan mucho los Krogan. Pero bueno, ya hemos preguntado todo lo que tenías que preguntar.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Continuamos. Vamos a ver qué hay por ahí, qué se cuenta la gente. Hay cosas para explorar aquí. No. Oh, podemos explorar al director general. No nos deja.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Vamos a seguir por ahí buscando cosas. Nos han dicho que tienes una estación. ¡Hostia!
Hey, you okay?
Te acaba de explotar,
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lo normal es que la zona no explote.
I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
Paranoia, ¿por qué?
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of, but I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, that's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me, if they start hitting critical systems.
Okay, te ayudo.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done. No, I'm fine. And I don't know, it just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Sabotaje de la estación. Ahora seguimos esta.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Uy, va a pegar un salto, pero no. No se puede.
I should perhaps have listened when you suggested not pursuing this course of action. No, I'm fine. Just a bump on my head. Don't you dare laugh.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel. Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Hay otro aquí que también hay que...
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Vale, una de las
All
colonias.
personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Left some surprises in the system. The superintendent has had everyone on deck manually double-checking the relays. It'll be the security update somewhere in your message queue. Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete. Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
No, ahora.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Vamos para allá porque tenemos que hablar también con Sam. Para ir al Paz, para ir al Hyperion había que ir por aquí abajo, creo. No recuerdo.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Bien, me he acordado. Ah, mira. Está Cora. Hola, Cora.
Hey there.
Hablemos un poco
You
con ella.
okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Es que no me conoce de nada. Su reacción es completamente
She understands the
comprensible.
stakes.
Me han dado el
If
puesto
I
por
fail,
accidente.
You won't.
Let's hope not.
You won't. That's the end of it. I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
O podemos ir a hablar con nuestra hermana ya.
Are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Pues vamos a ir al Hyperion. Pero iremos la próxima vez. Que llevamos media hora. Hasta la próxima.